Hi everyone, Drini here, and welcome to my channel. So one of the problems with a bear market is from a content creation standpoint. Bear markets are really all about waiting for patterns to play out as compared to the bull market while everything is flying off the shelves. The problem with that is there's nothing much to talk about. So from a content creation standpoint, there's really nothing much to say unless I want to keep repeating myself over and over, which I don't want to do. So now that a particular pattern for Bitcoin has played out, let's dive into the charts to see where we're going, because from all indicators, it really looks like the start of our wave 5, which we have been talking about for a few months now. So let's dive into the charts just to see what I'm talking about. So what I have here is I have the chart of Bitcoin on a daily time frame. And as you can see, if you saw my update on my YouTube post, you would know that we are currently in an ascending wedge right here. Now, an ascending wedge is typically a bearish structure, but only if you break through this particular trend line right here. And right now, what has happened? We have pretty much broken through. Not only that, we have also gone below our EMA structure once again. So we are below the 21 EMA and the 55 EMA. So we have a double confirmation that this is now the start of a new bearish downtrend, at least in the foreseeable future. The thing about the ascending wedge right here is the technical target tends to be where the ascending wedge first started to the downside. So this particular target right here, I think of around $19,000. This is our technical target for this particular wedge right here. So do expect that a potential scenario that could happen is you will continue to do something like this. This is another level of support, for example. This is support area. This is going to be like that. Come down here and then eventually reach our target before the subsequent move to the upside for now, but we will then continue on down. A key thing to note from an RSI perspective is we were right. So one thing that we were talking about in the last video was this particular RSI trend right here. We had two options. It's either price would continue to rally until this particular RSI level right here, or we could get rejected on this particular trend line right here. So right now it looks like we have been rejected right here. We have to sort of go back down a little bit. You could struggle a little bit here, but eventually we would go back down to these RSI levels before the continuation to the upside. Looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame, one other thing to note is we have broken once again past the 200 MA right here of around $23,000. So right now we are below it. If we close the week below this particular structure, then it is really a mega confirmation that we are on our way down, because if we close below this after this week, this will now act as resistance that we have to overcome. This particular candle right here as well is our confirmation that we are undergoing a 5-wave Elliott wave structure if we continue to the downside, something like that. Now, you may be wondering, where could our potential destination be? When we look towards the 2013 cycle, we did spend some time on our wave 4, very similar to what we experienced just now. This was around 2 months. I think ours is around 9 to 10 weeks, roughly around 2.5 months. This particular 5th wave was pretty short. So the wave 5 typically lasted for around a month-ish. And if we start to overlay this particular structure in 2013 with our structure currently, this could be the potential scenario. So it will take us from here all the way till the end, around 6 more weeks for us to hit what price level? Right now, if we are mirroring exactly what 2013 is bringing us, it looks like we really are going down to around $10,000. This would be around end of September, which historically September has always been a bad month for Bitcoin. So if this happens, this is really a telltale sign that the bottom is in. A capitulation candle right here would signify the end of a wave 5, and from there we start a recovery moving forward. That is a major capitulation event. But if we are doing a slow bleed, very similar to this wave 3, for example, or this wave 1, there are other scenarios at play. One potential scenario, of course, is we can have a very slow bleed from here, which will extend at the end of the wave 5 until end of October, with a target of around 12,900. The other one is, of course, if we are mimicking the wave 3, because a wave 5 can also have the same length as the wave 3. If we are doing something like that, we will end up at around $9,000 to $10,000, where we are end of October. So it looks like all signs point to this particular September to November period as our key dates to watch out for. where will we be during this particular period? So one thing to note is when we experience this particular bottom, it will feel like the end of the world. So when we reach this particular level, so when we are around here at around September to November, wherever the Bitcoin price will be, people will always call for lower prices. So when we finally have a capitulation event, for example, people will be calling for like a 3,000 Bitcoin. We will go back down to these levels. But from an Elliott wave standpoint, that is actually the end of this particular wave pattern. Keep that in mind. Personally, though, my personal plan is still the same. So I am looking at this particular support level right here of around 12,000-ish dollars. And this particular support area right here of around $8,000 or $9,000 as the key area to watch out for, probably around October to November. If we are able to get here, then of course this is a very good opportunity to just DCA accordingly for Bitcoin. When Bitcoin reaches these levels, all of the alts will absolutely get smashed. So if you were eyeing specific projects or specific alts, wait for Bitcoin to reach these particular levels. Wait for this level of capitulation in order to take advantage of all of the opportunities that are available because of this move right here. Yo, before you go, like this video, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Thank you very much and have a good day.